Welcome to Unravel the Threads, the podcast where we take a deep dive into the neighborhoods that shape the heartbeat of New York City. Today, we're focusing on Sunnyside, Queens, a neighborhood rich in history, innovative urban planning, and vibrant community life. Sunnyside is a place where history and human connection intersect. Known for its visionary development, particularly the iconic Sunnyside Gardens, this neighborhood became a model for urban living. But what truly defines Sunnyside are the stories of the people who've lived there. Those who grew up on its tree-lined streets, played in its gardens, and experienced its unique sense of community. In this episode, we'll journey through Sunnyside's past and present, exploring its architecture, the cherished memories of its residents, and the neighborhood's enduring legacy. Let's begin with the story of Sunnyside Gardens, an urban planning marvel that set the foundation for this community. In the early 20th century, urban planners Clarence Stein and Henry Wright sought to address the challenges of overcrowded city living. They envisioned a neighborhood that combined the accessibility of urban life with the tranquility and community of suburban settings. This vision materialized between 1924 and 1928 in the form of Sunnyside Gardens, a groundbreaking housing development inspired by England's Garden City movement. The design of Sunnyside Gardens prioritized community and quality of life. Low-rise brick buildings were arranged around shared courtyards and green spaces, encouraging social interaction and fostering a sense of togetherness among residents. The streets were lined with trees, and open spaces provided a safe environment for children to play and neighbors to gather. This design philosophy was revolutionary for its time and remains a model for sustainable and community-focused urban planning. Today, Sunnyside Gardens is a designated historic district, protected to preserve its architectural and cultural integrity. The courtyards and gardens continue to serve as gathering places, connecting residents across generations. What truly brings Sunnyside to life are the stories of those who grew up there. One resident recalls the neighborhood in the 1950s, describing it as a safe and nurturing environment where everyone knew each other, and the streets felt like an extension of home. Children played freely, exploring the gardens and streets, while parents formed tight-knit social networks. Another lifelong resident reminisces about their home on 48th Street, highlighting the unique architecture of Sunnyside Gardens. The two-story brick buildings with charming courtyards were more than just homes. They were the setting for shared meals, neighborhood celebrations, and the everyday moments that shape childhood memories. For many, growing up in Sunnyside meant being part of a community that valued education, opportunity, and connection. The proximity to schools and cultural institutions allowed residents to thrive, while the affordability of the neighborhood provided stability for working-class families. Sunnyside's strength has always been its sense of community. Throughout its history, residents have come together to support one another, whether through organizing events, sharing resources, or simply looking out for their neighbors. One hallmark of this community spirit is the Sunnyside Gardens Park, a private park managed by local residents. Established in 1926, the park has been a gathering place for generations, hosting picnics, sports events, and cultural celebrations. It remains a testament to the neighborhood's commitment to creating spaces that bring people together. The annual events in Sunnyside, from summer block parties to holiday parades, are more than just festivities. They're opportunities to strengthen the bonds that make this neighborhood feel like a small town within a big city. As Sunnyside evolves, efforts to preserve its history and character have become increasingly important. The Sunnyside Stories Initiative is one such effort, collecting and sharing personal narratives from residents. These stories provide a window into the neighborhood's past, capturing moments of joy, resilience, and connection. For example, one story recounts a family's move to Sunnyside during the Great Depression, highlighting the neighborhood's role as a refuge for those seeking stability and opportunity. Another tale describes the bustling street markets of the 1960s, where residents from diverse backgrounds came together to share food, goods, and stories. These efforts ensure that Sunnyside's unique heritage is not lost to time. By preserving the voices of its residents, the neighborhood continues to honor its past while embracing its future. Education has long been a cornerstone of Sunnyside's community. Many residents recall their formative years attending local schools and benefiting from access to nearby institutions like Queens College. During the mid-20th century, when higher education was more accessible, students from Sunnyside often commuted to college, using their education to build better lives for themselves and their families. This emphasis on education created a foundation for upward mobility, allowing Sunnyside's residents to achieve success while remaining connected to their roots. Over the years, Sunnyside has welcomed waves of immigrants, each adding to the rich cultural fabric of the neighborhood. From Irish and Italian families in the early 20th century to newer arrivals from Latin America and Asia, Sunnyside reflects the diversity of Queens, often called the world's borough. This cultural blend is most evident in Sunnyside's food scene. Local restaurants and markets offer a global array of cuisines, from traditional Irish pubs to Colombian bakeries and Asian fusion spots. Walking through Sunnyside feels like embarking on a culinary world tour, a testament to the neighborhood's inclusivity and multicultural spirit. As Sunnyside continues to grow, it faces the challenges of development and gentrification. Rising property values and new construction projects have sparked debates about maintaining the neighborhood's character. However, community organizations and preservationists are working tirelessly to ensure that Sunnyside remains true to its roots. Efforts like the historic designation of Sunnyside Gardens and the ongoing storytelling initiatives highlight the community's commitment to balancing progress with preservation. Sunnyside's residents understand the importance of honoring their past while building a future that reflects their shared values. Sunnyside, Queens is more than just a neighborhood. It's a living tapestry of history, culture, and community. From the visionary development of Sunnyside Gardens to the cherished memories of those who grew up there, Sunnyside exemplifies the power of connection and shared experience. As we wrap up this episode of Unravel the Threads, we encourage you to reflect on the stories in your own community. What makes your neighborhood special? What memories and traditions deserve to be preserved? Thank you for joining us on this journey through Sunnyside. If you have your own stories or insights about the neighborhood, we'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us on social media or through our website, and let's keep unraveling these threads together.